to my channel, and I really need to thank you all for the first 100 subscribers. Yay! Thank you everyone for whosoever has subscribed, and whosoever hasn't. I know there's a lot of you, but people do not subscribe. Please, it takes nothing. Just press the subscribe button and tap on the bell icon so that you get notified whenever I'm posting a new video. And if you have, or if you know any healthcare professional who would be helped by my videos, then please do share it with all of them. And again, thank you so much for considering to subscribe. For those 100 people who already did, thanks a lot. Okay, moving on to my today's video. I thought of making a video today about Sbar. So Sbar is a technique of giving handover. Okay, it's a basic handover process that we use each day globally. So it's basically a technique that works as a framework for giving handover among the healthcare professional, be it a nurse to nurse handover or nurse to doctor or anyone. So Sbar is, as I told you, it's a basic technique, being a framework for communication. So that is what Sbar is. Now moving on to the history of this technique. This technique was initially used by the US Navy. Later it was when it came to the medical fraternity was in the year of 1990. That is when Dr. M. Leonard, he and his colleagues from US, they have implemented the use of SBAR into our medical fraternity, or into our medical use. So moving on to what each of the alphabets signify or denote, by which it will be helpful for you while you are giving handover. So let's look into it. So moving on to the very first alphabet, S. So S in this case stands for situation. Now before even we start with all the alphabets SBAR, I would like to add a little bit more. Whenever you're getting into handover, the very first thing that you're supposed to do is introduce yourself. Okay, first you introduce yourself. Just state that I am sister so and so. First you greet the person, good morning, good afternoon, good night, whatever your shift is into. Just state that I am sister so and so, or brother so and so, or doctor so and so. And then you just tell your department, just tell which patient you've brought or which patient you want to give handover, whatever. And then you start with the situation. So moving on to the first alphabet, which is situation. As I told you, the situation should include first the introduction of the patient and the current situation of the patient. So here you can include the chief complaint, what is the current, what the patient is currently into, the meds, the labs, if you've done an ABG, what's the analysis for that, if anything is abnormal, if any referral is there, if you have to, if there's any procedure which is fixed for the patient, if the patient has any surgery, whatever it is, you need to concentrate over the current situation. That is what S stands for, situation. Next, we're getting into B, which is background. So for the background, we're getting into the past history of the patient. We're getting into the patient, if anything related has happened in the past, or if the patient had any medical history, any surgical history, or anything related to the past. So we need to look into the background of the patient. In case of, for example, in case of ops patient, you can give the updates about LMPs. Then again, you can go for paragravida, all those histories. So everything we need to maintain or describe in the background. Next, we will go for BA. Next alphabet is A. So your A stands for assessment. Now in assessment you have to give the details of, if you've done the physical assessment, you need to give details of that. Again, in that also you can mention the labs, the any sort of assessment that you feel is important or is a routine. In this you can also add the skin status of the patient. So this thing would get into the assessment. And last, and one of the most important part of this handover is the R. I'll just take a water break, 2 seconds. Very necessary, guys. Keep drinking water, at least, like just a normal tip I would say. Have at least 3 to 4 liters of water in this period. Any day, anytime, just have it. Whatever. Okay, so moving into the last part, which is your alphabet R, which stands for recommendation. Now in recommendation, you can just suggest to whosoever you're giving a handover, like what you have assessed in this period, and you recommend any kind of nursing care, any kind of, like if your patient is getting into human atropine infusion, okay, so you need to check the CBG every hourly. So in that case, you can recommend your upcoming nurse or whosoever you're giving in handover to check the CBG. Then if your patient is having any sort of bed sore, you can recommend for a bed sore dressing, or you can recommend for back care. Whatever your recommendation is, just give a recommendation. So that is the Sbar handover. I think this is one of the bestest technique to give handover, and by this following this handover technique, you won't even miss any part. This is the best thing about this. So again, try it for yourself. Comment down below if you feel it that it's important, or if you have found it helpful. Please comment down below. If you want any kind of new videos, suggest them, please. I'll be happy. Just do it, okay? And again, safe nursing, happy nursing. Bye bye. Meet you in the next video.